See, it's really cool, especially because again, like being in a team house environment, like that helps you so much. Being surrounded by people who also want to get better and improve at StarCraft, just being in that environment and just having nothing but that to focus on. No IRL commitments to focus on at home in Mexico. I'm really excited to see like how much Champ can improve.
We'll see. I cannot wait to see like Champ playing GSL qualifiers. See him and Special together.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful. Yo, they can have like gym streams together because like Cham is like in pretty good shape as well. Yo, I would tune into that.
Anyhow, speaking of being in good shape, here we have this Terran player who's in pretty good shape to take this tournament, in my opinion. This is the American Terran player, Vindicta.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player. Speaking of being in good shape, nah, he's amazing. He's great. He is our Mexican Zerg representing Timbers Esports and Macacos everywhere. It is JimRising. All right.
Oh, mate. TvZ, what do you want to see? It's been kind of a while since we've seen like a Terran in the semifinals in my tournaments at least.
Oh yeah. It's been a while, to say the least. I would love to see some mutas out of Jim. We got to see some of it yesterday, and it is what he's known for. It's just been a while. Like you said, it's been a while since I've seen Jim play Lingbane Muta against Terran, and it's pretty good.
Vindicta with the SCV Scout, I like it. He knows that sometimes Jim can be a little cheeky.
Yeah, he definitely can. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, when it comes to Jim, he has done, like, plenty of all-ins before against some of the other Latin American Terrans, like Chaos Faye, like Shelby. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that at some point in this series from Jim, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he has in store for us.
Pretty standard so far. Reaper now coming out. Jim has finished his spawning pool and immediately doing 2 queens, 4 Zerlings, and the Zerling speed.
Yeah, everything pretty normal so far. We'll see if Vindicta can be a little bit annoying and, delay that third base for as long as possible. JimRising, ideally you want to be getting it at around this time, but that Reaper is here to be annoying.
Okay, one Zerling? Only one? Okay. Okay, notice how the Reaper didn't manage to get into the main base, so Vindicta is not 100% sure, but seeing the amount of Zerlings and the timing of everything, he probably knows exactly how Jing opened.
Oh yeah. I mean, sure, it would have been great if he did get into the main base, so he's a little bit in the dark, but... And honestly, this is kind of scary, because right now he's checking, and Jim still has not taken a third. Like... This is very late from Jim.
I wonder what Jim's planning, because he's just running.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, and there we go. The drone is finally looking to get a third base, but like, mate, a third base at like 47 supply, that's insane.
Probably Jim wanted to play it a little bit safe. Making sure the Reaper was not around to interfere.
Maybe just putting a little bit of fear into Vindicta. Meanwhile, nicely done. He does pick off a creep tumor.
Oh, excellent. The Reaper managed to get in, and he's going to... Oh, no. He's not going to see, because the lair is actually is morphing in the be natural.
Yeah, Jim, he's being cheeky right now because Vindicta, he didn't confirm, you know, the natural base, and we do have a Roach Warren on the way as well. So JimRising, mate, he's gonna go for a Roach push.
Indeed, he will. I like it. Jim is being very cautious, checking all the boxes that he needs to check in order to be safe.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if we see.
Oh my god!
Oh
nice,
my.
nice.
Okay, let's go, Jim. Let's have a look at the vision here. Oh my god. So Jim, he does have one Overlord out on the map, but there is a Viking around that is hunting them down, so Jim has to be a little bit careful. Meanwhile, like, he's done a good job at keeping this hidden, but he has to keep doing so. It's gonna be hard because Vindicta is now being out on the map.
Here we go. We have a few Marines and I believe a couple Widow Mines.
Oh.
Okay, but no, there's enough Queen and enough Roaches to deflect this.
And
the Nidus has finished and now he's ready.
Yeah, the Nidus is on the way, but it was within vision, so Vindicta immediately pulls the boys. I don't know if SCVs are going to be enough to stop this, so it looks like the Nidus will finish.
It will, and everything's coming out of it. The Nidus got destroyed, but not before we had a bottle of Roaches hitting the base, and there's nothing to defend. There's only one Marine.
There's literally nothing here. The Hellions, they're racing back home. The drop is coming back home as well, but the Nidus finishes, and now the Queens are here as well to transfuse.
Man, this is a disaster for Vindicta.
Exactly.
It got him off guard, and look, 40 SCVs dead already, and the army still stands. Like, this is GG. JimRising takes game number 1.
Wow. I was expecting Vindicta to be a little bit more careful because of how late that third base was, right? Like, alarm bells must have been ringing. And to be fair, he tried to scout. He kept checking the main, but there was just nothing there. He didn't know that the natural was where he needed to check. That was disgusting.
It was, even though I gotta say Vindicta played well. I like the way he opened with his Viking to hunt the Overlords, but there was one Overlord that he missed.
Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if Jim is dancing on stream right now. Oh my god. And this is what we mean, right? This is what we're talking about. Like, we keep talking about, like, Jim, he can have some solid macro play, but he is not afraid to cheese things up and go for these big all-ins. I was expecting, like, maybe like a Roach Ravager push or something, but the Nidus, you know, it worked well. Like, Jim, he just needs one more win.
Okay. Excellent. Countdown has started. Game number 2 is going to be on Blackburn.
Oh boy. I'm worried for Vindicta. Not gonna lie.
Especially because I think Blackburn is a pretty good map to make Niduses.
Oh boy. I mean, but Jim, he's not the kind of player to Nidus 2 games in a row, right? Right?
You really think so? Tell me, ask yourself, Jim is going to Nidus twice, and you really believe it?
I don't want to believe it.
We'll see. So, starting up in the bottom left hand corner of the map, the American player playing for Alpha X Vindicta.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Blackburn ALE, we have the Mexican Zerg player. He is red, representing TvZ Esports, already up 1-0 in this best of 3 series after that beautiful Nidus. It is JimRising. Disgusting.
Come on, lad. You would have done the same if you were in Jim place.
Hey, I do not Nidus, okay? I am an honorable Zerg player. I only Nidus in ZVZ.
Hey, honorable and Zerg do not go in the same sentence.
How dare you? How dare you? Oh boy. All right, we'll see what Jim has in store for us. We'll keep an eye on that third base timing to see if it goes or if it gets delayed an insane amount of time, just like game number 1, or if he gets it at a more reasonable time. On the flip side of things, Vindicta has to be more diligent with his scouting.
I mean, to be honest, he was pretty good in scouting. It was just that Jim was also pretty good at denying. I would say it is less Vindicta being bad and more Jim being good.
Yeah. I mean, it was very smart of Jim, like, you know, where everything was placed, right? Having everything in the natural base. It's something that you don't really expect. At the same time, you could also argue, maybe you want to scan in that scenario as well if you're Vindicta, just because of how suspicious the opening was, right? I don't think you can like see a late third base like that and just assume that JimRising is just bad or that he's just like, you know, just being overly safe, quote unquote. Like that, like you don't get a third base that late, right? Like that's crazy.
Maybe true. If I were Vindicta, I would probably have used a scan inside one of the bases of Jim just to see what's going on. Like 50 minerals is worth it. 50 energy is worth it for a quick pick.
Yeah, just because of the situation, right? Like normally you don't want to waste a scan. I completely understand that, but oh boy, we'll see how this goes here in game number 2. So far, Reaper being annoying.
Yeah, so far everything is happening basically exactly as in game number 1. Oh my god, what do we have here? We got Vindictas.
Wow, Vindicta, he's upset. He's angry. He's like, mate, you just Nidus'd me in game 1. Let's go. Let's make some ghosts happen.
But what is he going to do? Is he going to do Helion Ghosts? Is he going to do fast nukes?
I would have to like call like a mental hospital if he goes fast nukes. Like that's he's not mentally sane if he does that. So this used to be popular maybe in the second half or the first half of 2020, where there were these Hellbat like ghost rushes, and the ghosts their goal is to snipe the queens. They snipe the queens and then the Hellbats like push them forward and roll over everything else. It's very risky, and this should not get scouted.
It should not get scouted. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Jin sacrifices an Overlord to see into the main base and manage to see a ghost. But other than that, yes, because that Ghost Academy is pretty hidden.
Oh yeah. It's that the tech at least won't be scouted. It's so important. That's why we see, if you look at the rally, that ghost is going behind the mineral line. Like he's trying to hide those ghosts for as long as possible. He doesn't want to get scouted. So now the turns have tabled, right? It's on Jim to dive in with an Overlord, which he still hasn't done.
Now, like you are as a player, if you see ghosts, what's the counter?
Links. Ling Bane, mate. Just get a bunch of Ling Bane and get some rounds. Again, you can force a denial on the snipes if they get hurt, right? So you make sure you get your Lings on top of those ghosts. It can be difficult because Vindicta knows that, and he's going to use his Hellbats to protect his ghosts. So there is a bit of a micro dance there. As we see, the armory is being proxied as well for the Hellbats.
Man, what a cheeky play from Vindicta.
I love it. Like the Viking is like the cherry on top, because it makes it even harder for Jim to realize what's happening.
Indeed it is. At least Jim is going into the correct path. He already has settling speed and he already has a Baneling Nest, but he's building a Spire.
Yeah, this is scary. I mean, he sees the amount of Hellions, so he knows that he needs Banelings to defend against the Hellbats. So he is morphing them in, and finally the ghosts reveal themselves.
Man. Queen goes live immediately. Oh god.
Ooh, decent connections.
Yes, that was okay, but there's still 5 Hellbats remaining, plus the Medivac, plus the 2 ghosts. That's a lot of, this is a lot of DPS against all these like units.
It is. 22 Lings are on the way. As long as Jim is able to keep these drones alive and he doesn't lose too many of them, he will be able to hold. He just has to keep the drones alive. Get him past the Hellbats.
Trying to surround, nice surround, but there's still a lot of Hellbats doing a lot of AoE damage.
Oh my god, and the micro as well. The Baneling does get a connection, but both ghosts are still alive.
Okay, in the end, only nine drones were killed, plus 2 queens, plus a bunch of Zerlings. Tell me, like, was it worth it?
That's
if
a good
you're
question.
Jim, do you feel good or not?
If you're Jim, nah, he feels good right now. He feels good. He didn't take too many losses, and he was able to get away with going for Spire. Like, he was being greedy, teching up, and again, especially because he didn't know what was coming, but he survived. Like, he kept his mineral line alive. Like, honestly, Jim isn't in a bad place.
Excellent. So good for Jim. Vindicta now trying to get out of this initial build. Tier base coming up right now. Mm-hmm. And Jim's first mutas are coming up right now as well. So we're going to start seeing a little bit of harassment in the air.
Thankfully for Vindicta, due to his push, he actually scouted the Spire, you know, with his ghosts and with his Hellbats. So he already is ready for mutas. He already has missile turrets all over the place. So it is going to be difficult for Jim to really get some value here.
Goodbye, Viking. You did your job very well.
Yeah, that Viking already paid for itself. Nicely done there. I'm actually wondering, you know, is Jim gonna go for the gold? Like, we didn't get to talk about it, but mate, this base has a gold base. This map has a gold base even.
Yes, although the gold bases are in a really precarious position, they're very easily harassable.
Oh my god.
Oh god. There's enough mutaries, and I believe Vindicta does not have Steam. Oh no, he has Steam, okay.
Yeah, Steam did just finish. Oh my god, a Widowmine shot goes off as well. Jim has to be careful not to lose too many mutas here. Oh god. Oh god, at the same time, there is a Ling run by. Jim is trying to distract the Marines so he can find a way to escape, and sure, he gets some damage done, but he has to be so careful with these mutas. He's just kind of stuck here a little bit. Oh.
Too good with my connections over there. Jim loses more mutaries and whatever is left, he has very little health.
6 meters go down in total, almost losing another, and now Vindicta is starting to push out across the map. Jim, he has Lings. He only just started Bane speed. I feel like Jim, he probably forgot about it, and he only just now realized. So Baneling speed is on the way, but until it kicks in, it's going to be so difficult to get any kind of connections here. Oh god.
Oh, another good with my connection. These Banelings are dead.
Yeah.
not speed and outside of creep, plus this slowing zone.
Oh god, I don't know what the hell those Banelings were thinking. But Jim, he dives back in with the mutas.
There's even a Thor here. These mutas are going to do nothing the rest of the game.
Yeah, Jim, he needs to wait until he gets like a mass amount of mutas, like 20, 30 mutas. Then he can finally start like going toe-to-toe with this. Until then, like, it doesn't feel like he does have enough to do anything. We do see he's expanding. He's taking a 4th. Not at the gold though. Oh. Unfortunately.
He actually scans it.
Yeah.
So he scans the gold.
Oh god.
Oh no. More Widowmine shots into the mutalisk. And he's going to deny this building, but not much really.
Yeah, oh god, there are just Widowmines all over the place. Like every single time JimRising dives in, like there's a Widowmine waiting for his mutas.
Yes, this is actually good that Vindicta did this game. That usually in these days, Terran players go for tanks instead of Widowmines. But now, because he went for Widowmines, he has extra things to shoot up against that Mutalisk.
Yeah, exactly. Jim is just having a really hard time. He's been losing a lot of mutas. He's been investing a lot in them. And something that we haven't really mentioned, but really hurts Jim right now, is the creep spread. There's no creep spread here whatsoever. So Vindicta can just push in and he can just split. Oh, wow.
Okay, decent connections. The Mutalisk come back and destroy the rest of the players that are left. Each push is going back. But still, Jim is 50 supply down compared to Vindicta. Like, I think Vindicta is ready to just keep pushing and keep trading until he wins.
Yeah, like the train of Vindicta is just not going to stop here, mate. He just keeps macroing up decent Baneling connections, but you know what? There are no more Banelings here. Like, that was the last remaining Baneling. GG.
Mate, we have an ace match coming. 1-1.
We do have an ace match, and game number 2 is more of what I expected from Vindicta. Like, just very solid play there. Like, the mutas could not get any damage done. It did start off with Vindicta being a little bit cheeky though, and I do appreciate that.
Indeed. Now that he has done in his game in game number 2, do you think he's going to try another cheeky thing in game number 3, seeing how well it went in the end?
It's one of those things where who has the confidence, who has the balls, mate, to cheese in the ace match. I don't think they'll do it. I'd be impressed if one of them does, but I expect in the ace match to see something a little bit more standard from these guys.
Here we go, light. Game number 3 is now in countdown. Jagannatha is going to be our third map of the day.
Oh boy.
Okay, light. Breathe.
Jagannatha, a bit of a longer map, but also a little bit narrow as well. We'll see how Jim can pull off his mutas here.
I think this is a good map for Jim to try to do another Nidus.
Ooh, okay. We'll see if he whips it out.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha, LE, we have the American player playing for Alpha X. It is Vindicta.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Mexican Zerg player. He's red. He's representing Timbers Esports, as well as the monkey. It is, of course, JimRising. Oh boy.
Again, both players opening basically the same. Jim is probably going to go for Hatch Gas Pool. Vindicta going for a Reaper Expand.
And
so,
like, yeah, I was gonna say that going into this series, we've already had one upset this week, right? We've already had Neo take down Parker Mike. I did not expect this series to go to the ace match, and we'll see. In my mind, like, Vindicta should be the favorite here, but again, like, for JimRising to be able to sneak a win, you know, in game number 1, and I feel like JimRising, he's the kind of player who, like, has nothing to lose. Like, the more you say it, the more I think maybe he will go for a Nidus. I don't know.
What do you mean, the player that he has nothing to lose?
Well, mate,
what are you implying, right?
He's got a cast to do right after this, mate. He's fine. He doesn't. You know, there are show matches going on, and yeah, he's got plenty more to do, I feel. He could just be like, screw it, let's go.
But yeah, so far so good. Everything going exactly as planned. Jim again going for the 2 queens for links and speed. Vindicta going for the factory. Nothing cheeky so far. We'll see who proxies first what.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the Reaper.
Here comes the Reaper once again. The dance does go on. We also have Vindicta with that SCV at the third base to try and keep an eye on it and just try to be annoying as possible for Jim to expand.
So he managed to get into the main base this time. Is he going to scout it or just chilling, apparently? Okay, he's trying to go for drones going into the natural. Good call. Unfortunately, the queens are up to it.
Yeah,
he just get out. And that's it. Just a little bit of annoyance for JimRising.
Mm-hmm. And again, Jim just staying on 2 bases that little bit longer. It's just something that he does quite often in this matchup. For how much longer, we will see. It's one of those things where Jim prioritizes like getting extra queens out instead, which could be a tell. Finally, the third is on the way. Or he's going to try and get it.
Drum fight, worker fight.
I was hoping the SCV would turn around, but no. Does give it up.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to turn around because that drone had low health.
Yeah. The SCV would have won that fight. Oh god, and
have a that with Vindicta later.
And mate, I was like expecting it just because of how late that third was again. Jim, he's going for the Roach Warren.
But yeah, meanwhile now Vindicta is opening with that different harass this time. He's going for Clock Banshees. And here comes the Overlord to see everything.
Yep, the Overlord is diving in for JimRising. He sees the tech lab researching on the starport. He knows 100% that Banshees are on the way.
Must be nice being Zerg and having free scout everywhere.
You say that, but mate, all you gotta do is make a Viking. That's all you gotta do, mate. Oh boy.
Yeah, mate, one Viking is like 100 Overlords. Who's going to win?
Oh god. Meanwhile, Vindicta, his scouting has been so much better this game. If we look at him, he has seen the Roach Warren, he has seen the lair. JimRising, he's opening up just like game number 1, and Vindicta, he knows that. He has seen everything.
Question is, does he expect an Idus, or is he hoping that Jim is not going to repeat twice the same build?
We'll see. I mean, he's coming in again with his Hellions to just confirm the lair. It's only just now going to finish up. Vindicta, he actually already has a Marine here on the edge of the map as well, on the edge of his base, just in case there was an Idus.
And it is a Spire. We have a Spire on the way for JimRising. The King of the Mutants is going to show us again why he's called that.
Yeah, I think this is very smart. Jim knows that he got scouted, so you like doing the same thing again, like the chances of it working are almost 0, you know? So he respects his opponent enough to go for a different kind of tech path.
I was honestly kind of hoping for an Idol because Jim had a little Overlord hidden in the top right side, that Overlord exactly. And he was just moving it a little earlier, like hoping to maybe have an opening over there, but now Jim does the waste thing and go for another tech instead.
Yeah. Again, I like it. There we go. A scan gets used in the main base and he misses the Spire. Just barely.
This time, Vindicta is going for tanks, not for Widow Mines.
Yeah, for now it looks like he is going much more tank heavy. Like honestly, right now this is ideal for Jim. Like because the Spire hasn't been scouted, there aren't any missile turrets, there aren't any Widow Mines. Like Jim is going to have a much easier time, you know, getting some damage done with those mutas.
Imagine last game if Vindicta opened with tanks instead of Widow Mines, how he originally did. Imagine how much more damage, how much more different the previous game was going to be. This is exactly what is going to happen now.
Exactly. As 15 mutas are popping out for Jim, that's a lot of mutas that are going across the map. Vindicta, he still has not scouted this at all. He has no idea what Jim is doing. He has a decent amount of Marines, but the mutas, oh, they get caught out. Oh god, Jim, please. 2 mutas, 3 mutas already go down.
3 mutas. That was just an unfortunate patting decision on the game side. Have to happen, but yeah, now that Vindicta had seen the mutabilis, he's ready with turrets. A turret is being built. He's now researching the Widow Mine tech for borrowing faster. So he's switching tech completely. He was going tank, now he's going Widow Mine.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Jim, he had a lot of opportunity there for these mutas to deal some damage, but he was just completely shut down by those Marines. And once again,
man, I mean, this is just unfortunately that Vindicta has the Marines exactly where the mutas are going to pass. Like, this is more bad luck than anything else.
Yeah, it's just Vindicta. He's always ready. He's always ready, always waiting, and he's just been able to shave off so many mutas. Now the Thors are coming out, the missile turrets are finishing. Oh boy.
They didn't even kill one building.
Yeah. No, again.
Man, that's a lot of gas and mineral in nothing.
Mate, Vindicta's just slamming Jim to the floor right now. Like, I almost want to say, Jim, just stop making mutas. Just give up on it. Just stop. It's just not working. Oh, God.
Here comes the settlings. Tanks were not shipping time.
Oh god, no, they were not. Banelings get some decent connections, but there are still plenty of Marines here to try and protect the tanks. The tanks are just barely holding on. The reinforcements show up as well, and Jim cannot break this position.
What a disaster. He has lost most of his mutas. He lost all the settlings. He lost all the Banelings. He did an okay trade, but it was not enough. Now Vindicta can push back.
Mate, I'm so surprised this tank survived. Look at it. It's got 3 HP, mate. Oh my god.
There we go. Vindicta, Jim trying to converge on this army, but the Widow Mines are here.
The Widow Mines are here. There are only 2 Banelings for JimRising. That's not what you want to see. The Banelings, they do detonate on the Widow Mines, and it looks like JimRising will just barely be able to push Vindicta back. Oh god.
Here comes Vindicta's reinforcements. And where are Jim's reinforcements? He's actually making more drones.
Jim, why are you making 7 drones? What the hell is going through your mind? You need Banelings. You need more Ling, more Bane, and...
Free medivacs at least. That was a nice catch. But unfortunately, Jim is going to lose this base.
Yeah, the base is going to go down. Jim, he's trying to catch reinforcements with his mutas, but Vindicta, he is not going across the map. He's just trying to do whatever he can with this army. And I don't think there's enough Ling Bane. The splits.
Splits were really good. There's literally no army for JimRising here. All the trying to get reinforcements which are not coming, and now the mutas are coming back.
Yeah, they finally show up, and they're going to be able to clean up some of these Widow Mines, maybe the entire army, but wow, the Spire even got sniped.
Man, what a little disaster that Jim got in that push. And Vindicta is not done. He comes wave number 2.
Exactly. That entire time, Vindicta wasn't rallying across the map. He was slowly building up that second wave, and now here it comes. He finds the newest base of JimRising once again. Ooh, JimRising almost ran into those Marines, but he does back off. Oh god. Jim.
Another base going down. Vindicta scan actually the now fourth base of JimRising, so he knows exactly how many bases Jim has left.
Yeah, and Jim, he does catch some reinforcements, but he actually takes 2 Widow Mines to the face. Oh my god, the mutas are so bruised. All the Banelings actually detonate.
Widow might hit all the Banelings and got by Banelings. He managed to push this army back, but he was all the Banelings in the process, and meanwhile, the new fourth base of JimRising is now under attack.
Yeah, it is, and the Marines are standing strong. The Widow Mines do borrow, and maybe JimRising has enough to hold on against this small force, but like, look at that mini map.
No, yeah, he's losing more militaries, more settlings. Like, Jim cannot hold this forever.
Yeah, exactly. All the links are going down, all the mutas. GG gets called.
We check for Vindicta for going directly into the finals. Battle of the Americas number 51.
Yeah, GG. Vindicta looking so good against that Ling Bane muta. He just kept finding the mutas time after time after time. He just kept finding them with his Marines, with his Widow Mines. Jim, I mean, I'm sure part of it was luck. He was unlucky to just with his pathing of his mutas, but also maybe he was a little bit too obvious with his pathing. Like Vindicta, he was like in all like the standard locations, and he was just always in the perfect position to catch the mutas. Wow.
See, like what I told you, TvZ finals.
It's possible. It's possible. Definitely possible.